Hello, it's 8 o'clock and the place is AKBC Television Studio in Tarian and the program Sunday News Special, and I am Akaninyene Okbom.
I'm blessings on you.
Happy birthday once again.
Thank you.
I hope you brought the cake here.
Yeah, sure, but it won't be on air.
Okay, all right. Welcome to the program, but first, the headlines. Governor Eno congratulates new state executive of People's Democratic Party, calls for a commitment to ensure free local government elections.
How often do you consume crabs and other seafoods?
Dangote refinery petrol hits stations today.
Instead, Deputy Governor pledges continuous support to party faithful.
These and more in this package. The reason you should not go away. Please stay with us. If you are just tuning in, the program is Sunday News Special. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omono, has charged the new state executives of People's Democratic Party to serve diligently, be transparent, and make decisions that will further promote peace in the state. The governor said this while speaking with Government House Press Corps at a Congress venue after the emergence of the state executive members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by the incumbent chairman, Elder Anyekan Akban.
The governor stated that the Congress, which is the first in his administration, came out well from the election of candidates, ward congresses, chapters, and to the primaries level. The number one citizen of the state said God's faithfulness to the party is supreme. The reason party faithful were able to come together to have a peaceful Congress, describing the process as something different from what the party used to have in the past. He noted that the new ESCO members of the party should unite as formidable force and make their tenure memorable.
Expectation that they will do their work, cooperate with the leadership of the party, work to ensure that we win all our elections, starting from the local government elections on the 5th of October. So that's where they will show their first strength, and I trust that we will win.
Some party faithful who participated in the State Party Congress commended Governor for his wisdom, transparency, and peaceful leadership in organizing the Congress, wishing him well as he continually reigns as the Governor of Akwa Ibom State.
For giving us this position of a woman leader. So we want to thank God and thank the governor for the success of today.
Today, all of the officers returned. We all returned unopposed. You can see the serenity here, the calmness, the sullenness. You can see the peace that radiates in this environment, the friendliness that is here. It doesn't show that there's competition. It shows that this is a family business, a family meeting that's taking place here. So we are very proud of PDP in Akwa Ibom State. Yeah, we can only expect that the incoming administration will do better.
This one is not an exception. It's been well organized. You see, all the delegates are well behaved and conducting themselves in orderly manner. So I think we owe all this to the leadership of the party in the state, that is the governor, who has been able to mobilize our people very well, and the party members are very happy.
Today people are rejoicing. We are in the history of Akwa Ibom State. This is the most peaceful, the most transparent, the calmest primaries ever held. I want to thank His Excellency for the wisdom that God gave to him, and for him hearing the word of God and making it to manifest in Akwa Ibom State.
The former governor of the state, Mr. Domi Mario, and Barrister Nofio Luke, spoke of the need for the party to have continuity in the position of the state chairman of the party.
Running a party
for 4 years, no crack, is not a joke. So we appreciate the chairman and all his executive members for running the party, and they took us through a major election that saw through our governor. They did so well. No matter what happens, myself and the present governor needed to be here presently to just show that appreciation to them for supporting us. So we are grateful to them.
The state legal advisor is new. The state secretary of the party is new. The different senatorial chairman is new. So one good turn deserves another. The state chairman of the party sustained this party, went about campaigning, and then holding the party forth for members of the National Assembly to be elected, members of the State House of Assembly to be elected, and for the governor to be elected. While we are advocating for the governor and members of the National Assembly, members of the House of Assembly who have performed to return for a second term in office, there is need to for us to allow for equity, for us to allow the state chairman of the party to go for a second term. So the wisdom of the second term of the state chairman to move us forward towards delivering the dividends of democracy as encapsulated in the Arise agenda of His Excellency Pastor Mobaseno, upon which we will now go to the field in 2027 to campaign for his re-election.
AKBC News.
Inauguration of emergence of new executives of the People's Democratic Party. First of all, congratulations to them. You know, the governor is the leader of the party in the state, and if the governor does not have a strong backup from the party executives and members, it will be difficult for him to progress in terms of development
because they will be distracted.
He will be distracted. He cannot get focused. And so I pray that this new executive that have been put in place will help our governor, Pastor Moino, to actualize his dreams in his Arise agenda to, catapult Akwa Ibom to greater heights.
Yes, and it's basically the I think most of the old members of executive are back. The chairman is back, meaning that they had performed well, and shows the confidence that the party members have in them. And I believe since they have held on peacefully for this long, we believe that in the next few years that they will continue.
The reason I always love my state, Akwa Ibom, always peaceful here. Not like in other states where you have squabbles between the governor and the party executives and all of that.
Yeah, and peace is everything,
Congratulations once again to them. Let's move to the next story.
Look at the next story. Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor Senator Akune Yaren says the administration of Pastor Moino will deliver all its campaign promises and add value to the residents of the state. The deputy governor said this while addressing party faithful Thursday during the presentation of flags to chairmanship candidates and the official launch of campaigns for the 2024 local government elections. Our government house reporter has details of this.
The deputy governor said that with the unprecedented level of inclusion of women in the political process of government, as well as the initiation of several women-targeted empowerment schemes, Pastor Moino has fulfilled his promise to the women of Akwa Ibom State. Senator Yaren, while lauding the governor for providing the right atmosphere to enable women thrive in the political arena, promised that women will continue to give him their total support and loyalty. She appreciated the party, PDP, and stakeholders for allowing the women to engage meaningfully in the political process, advising other women to go out in mass and vote in the forthcoming local government elections.
And so, sir, we say, may God bless you, may God bless PDP for giving women, for giving us the position that we have, the platform that we have to excel. We will continue to serve our party and serve Akwa Ibom State. PDP!
The chairmanship candidate in an interview appreciated the governor for ensuring that the exercise was free and promised to make changes that will bring development to their people if elected.
Let me first of all appreciate our dear Governor Pastor Omobaseno for this opportunity that he has given me once again to pilot the affairs of Nsiribom local government area. I've done it before and I promise that I'm going to do more. I have a whole lot in store to deliver to the people of Nsiribom. I'm going to touch all the areas in a RISE agenda of Pastor Omobaseno.
I'm so happy today for the Etienne people. The first thing I will do is to bring peace. After peace is development. I came prepared. When I started, I had a committee to check and know all the problems of all the 64 villages. I have it documented. So immediately after my swearing in, I'm going to start development.
As a young man and the youth, of course, the youth has brought me out. The elders accepted me, the women accepted me, the stakeholders and everybody has accepted me. So there's no way, I will leave these people behind. It's going to be an all-inclusive government where the youth, the elders, the women, stakeholders, everybody will be carried along and will work together to build a peaceful owner. Of course, you all know that together we stand, divided we fall.
And I believe that the local government can also help them, to start up small businesses, and in so doing, they'll be engaged. I'll translate that same idea of making sure that the youths in the local government will be engaged in things that will make them focus.
I will not work like the male counterpart because I'm not a male. I'm a woman. Women are compassionate. Women are mothers. Women are wives. Women are the ones who understand the cry of a child. So I'm not going to work like my male counterpart. I'm going to do better than my male counterpart because the male are husbands. We are wives. We are mothers. We understand the cry of children. We understand the burden of our husbands. We carry the home in our hearts.
I am going to an office I have occupied before, so I think I'll carry them along the way I have been doing. So far, so good. In my few months of transition committee chairmanship, I think I did well with my people. So as I'm going in as elected chairman of local governments, I will do better than I did in my transition committee as chairman. Thank you.
Particularly the PDP chairmanship candidate for Yologo government area, Dr. Wimedi Mundo, pledged to bring development in his domain.
I promise to abide by all the pieces of advice that you have given to us today. Your Excellency, we will campaign based on issues. Your Excellency, we will campaign based on the sterling performance of the RISE government of Pastor Omobaseno. Your Excellency, we promise to continue to work for the good of our local government areas. And we thank the party for this platform. PDP! PDP! PDP!
Utubi Mokon, AKBC News.
It is no more news that the local government elections are fast approaching and is built for next month. 5th of next month.
Yes.
And it already shows that the PDP in Akwa Ibom State has gone ahead to put their house in order to succeed in the election. And I pray that the flag bearers in the 31 local government areas will also put their houses in order if they must succeed. So what about the 35% affirmative?
Yeah, the women are excited that the governor is carrying women along.
I've seen about 2 or 3 female aspirants in that report.
Nsiribom, chairmanship candidate is a woman. Esreke is a woman. Ikono is a woman. I think there are a few others.
That's commendable.
The governor has done
That's
well.
commendable.
Yes.
And
the party, because if the party wasn't willing to give the women the chance, it will not be possible.
And from the look of things, women perform.
Yes, they do. Look at the last administration. What was it called? The interim administration. the women performed very well.
I like what the Insiri Boom aspirant said she's a mother.
Yes.
She understands the cry of the babies, the burdens.
That was a
She understands the cry of the babies and the burdens on their husbands.
And all of that.
I like that.
And Insiri Boom lady said she has done it before, she's going to do it again. She's confident.
Very confident. And so we pray that if finally they succeed, they should be able to interpret the visions of the state governor, the human rights agenda in the state, and replicate it at the grassroots level, so they can get to the people. And they must also carry everyone along, and so we pray for peace and smooth conduct of the election.
And God to protect them and give them the grace to succeed.
Okay. All right.
Okay, the next story says the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, says the Dangote refinery will begin the distribution of premium motor spirit (PMS) on Sunday. That's today. Edun, who was represented by the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS), Dr. Zach Adedeji, said this at a news conference in Abuja on Friday. The Nigerian government on Friday announced that the loading of the first batch of petrol from the Dangote refinery will commence on Sunday, 15th September 2024. The government said petrol from the Dangote refinery will only be sold to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC), which will then sell to various marketers in the short term. The government disclosed this in a statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Bola Tinubu, on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, on Friday. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, disclosed this in Abuja shortly after the meeting of the Technical Subcommittee on the sale of crude oil to local refineries in Naira. Mr. Edun, represented by the Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, R.S. Zach Adedeji, announced the completion of all agreements and modalities for the implementation of the Federal Executive Council approval on the sale of crude to local refineries in Naira and corresponding purchase of petroleum products in Naira. He said all associated regulatory costs, the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), among others, will also be paid for in Naira. In July, the Federal Executive Council directed NNPC Limited to engage the Dangote refinery and other local refineries to resolve the disputes over the sale of crude oil to them. The fact, presided over by President Bola Tinubu, also directed that such crude oil sales to the refineries be made in Naira, and that the refineries located in Nigeria should also sell their refinery products to the Nigerian market in Naira.
Life is really tough and difficult. It looks to me that with the introduction of this Dangote fuel into the economy, I just hope it will bring a positive change, something to assuage the high cost of living. This is because everything looks to hinge on fuel. And right now, transportation, the market women. I was speaking with one woman yesterday. She said she cannot go into the hinterland again to bring food items. And if these women cannot go into the hinterland to bring food for us in the metropolis, it's going to be tough or tougher. Again, another thing, school is about resuming. The day after tomorrow, school will resume. How will the students, the pupils, get to school? Is going to be difficult and heavy on the parents.
Exactly. And the positive aspect is this introduction of doing business with Naira. That will bring the cost down because of the cost of dollars, the exchange rates. I believe that if the business is done using our own currency to further bring the cost of the products down. And I do hope that there won't be any sabotage in this Dangote.
The aspect I don't quite like for now is the interface between the Dangote company and the NNPC. I hope it works. Again, this with the introduction, as the federal government is about to pay the new minimum wage.
Yes.
If this price of fuel does not come down, it makes nonsense of the new pay.
Exactly. It will mean nothing.
Okay, we're now going to take a break. Public and private secondary schools to commence 2024-25 activities on Tuesday.
Consultant gynecologist hints on symptoms of fibroid.
And federal government announces public holiday to mark Eid al-Maulud tomorrow. These and more when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome to the last lap of tonight's presentation. Medical statistics shown an increase in the prevalence of incidents of fibroid disease. The research also shows that 1 in every 10 women between the ages of 25 and 40 have disturbing uterine fibroids, with symptoms like heavy menstrual bleeding, back pain, frequent urination. This non-cancerous tumor can grow in and out of the uterus. Aaron Paul spoke with the consultant gynecologist in the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital for more on this medical condition.
While fibroid has become a disturbing medical concern in the society, the good news is that small-sized fibroids often don't need treatment, but larger fibroids can be treated with medications or surgery. Uterine fibroids are growth made up of muscle and connective tissue that form in or on the wall of a uterus. These growths are usually benign and are the most common non-cancerous tumor in women, and people are assigned female at birth. Uterine fibroids are symptomatic, and people without the symptoms may not be aware that they have fibroid. According to experts, fibroids can grow as a single nodule, one growth, or in a cluster. Clusters of fibroids can range in size from 1 millimeter to more than 20 centimeters, 8 inches in diameter, or even larger. For comparison, fibroids can be as small as a seed or get as large as a watermelon. There are different types of uterine fibroids depending on where they are located and how they attach, and specific types of uterine fibroids include intramural fibroids embedded into the muscular wall of the uterus. They are the most common type. Submucosal fibroids grow under the inner lining of the uterus. Subsessual fibroids grows under the lining of the outer surface of the uterus. It can become quite large and grow into pelvis. A consultant gynecologist, Dr. Nimfana Bara, explains further.
Usually does not behave like cancer. It does not spread. Fibroid actually is the commonest group you can find in the reproductive part of women. As a matter of fact, over half of women are living with fibroid, even though most of them do not know, and because it doesn't cause problems to them. So you could have a woman with a very big tummy, equating about 9-month pregnancy, and then you open up and see that you get one huge fibroid that's there. So you could see the other one that's not even so big, then you open up and realize that the uterus is being seeded by over 50 fibroid nodules. So any woman can actually have fibroid.
They are also less common in menopausal women. A feeling of fullness in the lower abdomen, frequent urination, pain during sex are all symptoms of fibroid, according to Dr. Abara.
Fibroid is largely asymptomatic. Most people that have fibroid do not have any symptoms at all. Like I said, over 50% of women are living with fibroid. The commonest symptom is heavy menstrual bleeding. About 50% of women with fibroid have heavy menstrual bleeding. Sometimes you may begin to bleed in clots. Yeah, you can have abdominal swelling. But it doesn't mean that a woman with flat tummy may not be living with fibroids. Multiple fibroids in the uterus, but they are not large enough to actually protrude for people to see.
What do most people know about fibroid?
Making that the tummy will be thicker as if they are pregnant. I don't think that this is a little bit fibroid. I heard about this. Fibroid can destroy a womb. But the person that has fibroid, the tummy will be big. Yeah, as if she's pregnant and the belly will be lean. So if you live normally, and you treat it locally, that it makes you live healthy and the treater can go for it.
It may likely prevent a woman from conceiving. So, but if you have a good root therapist, I think it will also serve.
I know that when there is no child in the womb, something must take the place.
What causes fibroid?
So many of those risk factors. One of them is race, black race. Africans are 2 to 3 times more likely to develop fibroid than their white counterparts. Early menarche and late menopause. What I mean is a girl child who starts menstruating quite early, maybe 12 years or even earlier, and then a woman who is still menstruating into advanced age. More of the female sexual hormone, notably the estrogen, in their system, and estrogen is what feeds fibroid. It encourages the growth of fibroid. We have women who do not get pregnant, also at risk. We call them nulliparous women. You see, women who have up to 2 or more children have about half the risk of developing fibroid when you compare them to their counterparts who have not had any pregnancy. Obesity is one of them, or sedentary lifestyle has also been identified. Women have asked if smoking is one of the risk factors to developing fibroid. The answer is no. Smoking is actually protective against fibroid. Again, I'm not advising that women should smoke.
It is said that treatment of fibroid varies from herbs, roots, and drugs to shrinking it. How true is this? And in essence, what is the best treatment for fibroids, according to the consultant gynecologist?
A lot of women have gotten pregnant with fibroid. Even the most unusual circumstances where you have very huge fibroids in the womb. After surgery for uterine fibroid, women have a chance of getting pregnant. Total concoction is not known to be the treatment for fibroid. Yes, and as a matter of fact, some of them actually jeopardize the effort to actually treat the fibroid, because some of them contain what we call phytoestrogens. If a fibroid is not causing you any problem, it's not causing any trouble, leave the fibroid alone. So that we also have medications that can be taken for fibroids. Some are also drugs that have been used to attempt to shrink the fibroids when they are very expensive. And then the side effects, some of them have very terrible side effects that you wouldn't want to have. So you could have a surgery where you remove the fibroid and leave the womb alone. That's called myomectomy. Then you could have a surgery where you take off the entire uterus, the entire womb with the fibroid. That's called hysterectomy.
It is important to visit a doctor on this matter when taking leaves and concoctions, especially on self-medications, to avoid damaging the kidney and other vital organs in the body. Paul, AKBC News.
Fibroid. From that report, I got some things.
Okay.
It grows on the uterus, no symptoms, some can be as large as watermelon, and 1 out of every 10 women have fibroid. Bless me. You may know more.
Okay. Is a women's disease, just like we say prostate.
Yeah, for men.
It's for men. Fibroid is for women. A man cannot have it. It can cause infertility because since it grows in the uterus,
it takes the space
where the
baby should be.
Grow, yes, and the doctor has said that one of the symptoms, the commonest symptoms, is heavy bleeding during menstruation. Okay, and what I've just heard him say now, I think it's good news that there are drugs that can shrink it, but he added something.
That's a good development.
Yes, he added something that those drugs are expensive and have serious side effects, so one still has to be careful. And he has also said if your fibroid is not disturbing you, please leave it alone. Maybe if it is only that it doesn't allow you to have flat tummy or wear the kind of things that you should wear, if it is not painful, if it's just, you know, that physical appearance, don't take the risk of going for surgery or drinking things to, you know, solve the problem.
And my advice to women is to always go for checkup. Know your health status. Whether you have it or not, please go and check yourself up. And that's
very
just
important.
that. Yeah. Let's move to the next story.
All right. The state governor, Pastor Moino, has congratulated the newly elected state executive members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, advising them to aim at conquering new territories and expanding the umbrella to accommodate more people through their people-centric service. The governor congratulated them while addressing the state party congress, where new executive members of the party were elected at the Uyo Township Stadium. Our Government House reporter has the details.
The State Congress of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Akwa Ibom State held Saturday at Uyo Township Stadium was successful and each free. The governor, while returning from party congress at Edo State, later joined his deputy Senator Akone Yaranyi, Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Mr. Demotong, the immediate past governor, Mr. Domimayo, among other top politicians in the state, and participated in the voting of the new PDP party members eligible into office. Pastor Moino lauded party members from the National Assembly and other party faithful for joining them at the congresses, said without them, the exercise would not have been successful. Governor congratulated the re-elected chairman, assuring that he will continue to lead the state with integrity and honesty, and that his administration will remain responsible while continuing to galvanizing the youth as well as other Akwa Ibomites to arise.
Brand new tier-over chairman has just been elected for another term. Friends, we want to thank God for a day like this. I'd like to thank the Congress Committee for the hard work, sleepless nights that they've done, they've been through to ensure that all of this comes to reality. To the new ESCO, I believe that God has brought you at this time to lead our party to conquer new territories and to open up new frontiers. I advise that we continue to be a party, the umbrella, big enough to contain all our people. We continue to run our party with sincerity and humility.
In his remark, the immediate past governor, Mr. Domimayo, appreciated the party leadership of successfully driving the party to success and supporting Pastor Moino to victory in the 2023 elections. He pledged his continuous support when necessary to enable the new leadership succeed on its mandate.
Today, the chairman has kept the umbrella intact. The umbrella does not even have a dent. Talk less of umbrella being torn. We want to, on behalf of the chairman and the entire executive of the immediate past executive of PDP in this state, here to really show our appreciation on the support they gave to our governor during the last election. From nomination to general election, the entire party supported our governor, the golden governor, to bring in the golden era of the Arise agenda. I say, order your oversee.
In his acceptance speech, the newly elected chairman, Elder Kanakban, assured that the ESCO will work together to maintain the winning history of the party and, more importantly, to ensure the re-election of Governor Moeno in 2027.
This is a task that must be done and shall be done. There is no doubt whatsoever that the task ahead of us is enormous, but we are ever ready. At this juncture, let me pledge to His Excellency the leader and our party that will be part of the democratic vision of His Excellency.
Other elected officers include Harrison Ekpo, Deputy Chairman, Ibanga Brownson, Secretary, and Augustine Akpan, Baris Ikbongedumumo as Vice Chairman 1, 2, and 3. Also, the new ESCO are Meme Akpabio, Effiong Emma, Emmanuel Mbong, Edwin ABC, Barrister Kanemoba, Nsidibe Silas, and Ubong Effiong as Treasurer, Financial Secretary, Organizing Secretary, Publicity Secretary, Legal Advisor, Auditor, Women Leader, and Youth Leader, respectively, among others. The events featured the dissolution of the immediate past state ESCO by the State Deputy Governor, Senator Akune, while the Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Mr. Udemetong, seconded the motion. Otobi Maokun, AKBC News.
Still on PDP Congress there, we already spoke on that. But one thing that struck me is when the immediate past governor said the umbrella is still intact without a dent. That shows the peaceful ambience we have in Akwa Ibom. Did you also see our colleague there, Edwin Ebiese, MC Governor? He's part of the executive. Okay. Congratulations to him and to all of them.
Yeah.
All right, we move on. The federal government has declared tomorrow, Monday, September 16, 2024, as public holiday to mark the celebration of Eid al-Maulud, birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. The Minister of Interior, Lubumi Tunji Ojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated Muslims both at home and in the diaspora on this occasion. Tunji Ojo urges to imbibe the virtue in the spirit of the season and seize the opportunity to pray for enduring peace and a more prosperous egalitarian nation. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay. When God created the earth for man, He ensured that different animals and other edibles were available for his consumption. Most of these edibles are found in the waters, especially the sea and ocean. The sea contains a lot of food referred to as seafood, and one of them is a crab. To unravel the importance of some marine animals like crab, here Paul takes a look at how healthy is its consumption by man.
Delightfully salty with a slight hint of mineral sweetness, crab delivers all the appeal of seafood without the fishy aftertaste that some people prefer to avoid. Available in varieties such as Dungeness and Alaskan King, that is crustacean, is caught and enjoyed all around the world. Historian vendors sell things without crab in their sizes, mostly in the evenings. This extremely sweet sea animal can be cooked as pepper soup, used in stew, in soup, sauce, or cooked as desired. It is very nutritious. Research reveals that crab meat has many of the same nutrients as other popular types of seafood, but with lower levels of mercury than marlin, swordfish, grouper, and tuna. Crab is rich in vitamin B12, folate, iron, niacin, selenium, zinc, and 1 cup serving of cooked crab contains 112 calories, 24 grams of protein, less than 1 gram of fat, 0 gram of carbohydrates, 0 grams of fiber, and 0 grams of sugar. Crab is said to be packed with protein, which is important for building and maintaining muscle. Crab also contains high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, and selenium. These nutrients play vital roles in improving general health while helping prevent a variety of chronic health conditions. It can help improve heart health. The omega-3 fatty acids in crab provide many benefits related to heart health. It reduces blood clotting, prevents anemia, keeps the brain strong, and research suggests that people who eat seafood such as crab at least once per week have a reduced risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. This protection may stem from the high levels of omega-3 fatty acids found in seafood products such as crabs. Is there potential risk of eating crab? Crab may be lower in mercury than many other kinds of seafood, but it can still be a concern depending on how it is caught and prepared. Brown crab meat can also have high levels of cadmium, which is toxic if you take it in large quantity. Crab also has a good bit of calcium. It promotes bone health. In all, remember that eating too much crab can have some negative side effects. Eat in moderation, but ensure that you find crab and enjoy. Crab is a very healthy food according to experts, but the watchword is moderation. Enjoy your crab in peace. Eyageno Paul, AKBC News.
Isolo, do you eat it?
I'm not even sitting. I don't know where I can get it.
Then you're missing out. It's very nutritious. Yes. Yes, if you go to the beach, quite like this, the beaches we have. Yes, it too. Or run.
Okay.
You find it there. You can use it for, according to the report by Yarano, you can use it to prepare various things.
Yeah.
But the one I like most is doing it with okra soup. With hot gari,
Oh my god.
And it's very proteinous and nutritious.
Yes.
It has omega-3 and all that.
And calcium.
So the calcium for bone health.
Yeah.
But remember that everything should be done in moderation.
Yeah.
All right. Crap. We go.
Here we go.
The Akwa State Ministry of Education has announced the resumption date for the 2024-2025 academic session. It's Tuesday, 17th September 2024. Consequently, school activities are expected to commence immediately same day in order to complete the curriculum for the first term in the new academic year. In a release signed by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education, Mrs. Stella Diakman, the ministry warns that government will not take it kindly with any private school that defies the official resumption date to resume on an earlier date. It called on all public and private primary, secondary, and technical schools in the state to note the resumption date and comply accordingly. Continue.
Meanwhile, ahead of resumption of public schools for the 2024-2025 academic year in the state, all Nigerian Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools and Corps have held a Thanksgiving service to appreciate God for life and surrender the new school year to Him. The service was also to ask God's protection on the lives of teachers and students as they will be ushered into the beginning of the new academic year on Tuesday, 17th of September 2024. Esther Moore reports that the service held at Koibu Church, Ikodokoro, Abak local government area.
The President, All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, the Akwa Ibom State Chapter, Mr. Steve Akpabio, said the purpose of the Thanksgiving service was to appreciate God for preserving the lives of teachers and students throughout the long vacation, as well as pray for God's protection for the new academic year, which begins Tuesday, September 17, 2024. He was represented by the Vice President, ANCOPS, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, Mr. Michael Udofia.
We need God to guide us to take up these different personalities to make them educable. We have to train even the uneducables to become something in future.
In a sermon, Reverend Victor Philip Bassi, who preached on the topic, Raising Godly Children, appreciated parents for inculcating good morals and values in their children, but urged them to rely on God for guidance in raising their children in order for them to become better persons in the future.
The evils that have bedeviled the church and many nations today, and as a result of the omission in the family life, it is what the parents left for the child at home.
Good messages were received from Commissioner for Education, Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Idon Asiretebe, as represented by Elder Anete Ikot, educational coordinators across the 3 senatorial districts of the state, Mr. Udemu Rofia, the Uyo senatorial coordinator, village head Abak, one of the Abak local government chairmanship aspirants, NECO coordinator Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Krishantu Zasuka, among others.
Parents are the first set of teachers to the children. Teachers are just to complement on morality when they come to school, as well as teaching them the professional subject. Please, let us attempt to put what we have heard today into practice.
The education-friendly governor, the peace-loving governor, he has done extremely well in the education sector. It was testified by ANCOPS last month that this is a first governor who has paid the 3 term subventions in a life of a school session.
And our value, one of our core values, is to do what? Is to redefine the future of the Nigerian child through quality assessments.
I am a product of a teacher, not just a teacher, and I know the value. Every school should adopt it as the theme for 2024-2025 session. Raising godly children. Public schools train all of us, the adults here. But today, it seems people are neglecting the importance of public schools in our life, be it nursery, primary, or secondary.
The service featured choral renditions and prayer for the ANCOPS executives, teachers, students, and parents as the new academic year begins Tuesday.
Well, my focus is on parents who have to make ends meet to make their wards get ready for Tuesday.
Yeah.
With the high cost of living, buying this, buying that, textbooks, exercise books, some of those ones that are going to the boarding houses, mattress, pillows. No. May God help parents.
And those that are just starting, uniforms, everything. And transportation. Yesterday,
and most schools have increased their fees.
Yes.
In this harsh economy.
So dropping a child in school, picking the child back, every day, 5 days a week.
Parents need prayers.
That's what they
All right, that's the much we can go in this edition of our program, Sunday News Special. Don't make me forget your birthday cake.
Yeah, after when the cameras are off.
Okay.
Cut the cake.
And so on behalf of all of us here, thank you so much for being part of today's presentation.
Good night.
Goodbye.